What's the first thing you think of when you hear the word blockchain? For many people, it's cryptocurrency, the technology behind Bitcoin. And that's true. Blockchain first appeared as the system that powers Bitcoin. But today, it's being used for far more than digital coins. Blockchain was introduced in 2008 by the pseudonymous creator Satoshi Nakamoto as a way to record transactions in a shared, tamper-resistant ledger without relying on a central authority. Simply put, it was a way to solve financial transactions between strangers without having to trust a bank or government to run the system. In 2017 and 2018, blockchain hit peak hype. Almost every industry was claiming it would revolutionize how they operate. So what exactly is it? And has it lived up to the hype? At its core, a blockchain is just a record book, what we call a ledger. The difference is that instead of one company keeping that book, many computers on a network each keep the same copy. When new transactions are added, they're bundled into a block. Everyone's copy is updated and the blocks are linked together in a chain. Because all of these copies have to match each other, it becomes extremely difficult for anyone to change the records, which makes blockchain a very secure way to record and store information. And that's the core idea, a ledger that multiple parties can trust without a single organization being in charge. On paper, it looks perfect for industries that need to track assets, prove identities or ownership, and share sensitive data. As we head into the year 2026, has it lived up to the hype? If we look at Gartner's hype cycle, blockchain is almost a textbook example. As the new technology appeared, excitement exploded, and people were promising it will fix or improve almost anything. That's the peak of inflated expectations. For blockchain, that was around 2017 and 2018, when every industry slide deck said, "We're using blockchain," whether they really needed it or not. Then reality hit. Projects ran into scalability problems, systems were slow or expensive, energy use of some public blockchains made it headlines, and a lot of pilots quietly failed. Interest dropped, and the technology fell into what Gartner calls the trough of disillusionment. People started saying blockchain was just a fad. Today, blockchain beyond cryptocurrency is slowly climbing out of that trough. It's moving into the slope of enlightenment, where the hype has calmed down and a smaller set of practical use cases is starting to prove real value. We can see this in areas like supply chain transparency, where companies have used blockchain systems to trace food from farm to shelf in seconds rather than days. And in digital identity, where blockchain-based registries help secure and verify digital identities for citizens and residents. There are also pilots in asset ownership, where property titles or high-value items are recorded on a blockchain so that changes in ownership can be tracked without relying on a single central registry. Blockchain isn't the universal replacement for traditional databases many people imagined, but it has real utility in situations that need decentralized trust and transparency, adding an extra layer of protection against fraud by making records highly resistant to being altered or faked. Although there are many ways we can use this technology, blockchain still faces some big challenges. First, mainstream adoption. For many organizations, it's still hard to justify the cost and complexity of a blockchain project when they could simply improve an existing database. Second, environmental impact. Early public blockchains used a lot of energy, and many people still associate blockchain with high carbon footprints, even though newer designs are much more efficient. Finally, governance. Even in a decentralized network, there still has to be rules, such as accessibility, data accuracy, how upgrades are made, and what happens when someone abuses or attacks the system. So moving forward, the real innovation isn't just in the code, it's in building the partnerships, cleaner infrastructure, and governance models that let blockchain move from isolated experiments to widely adopted, sustainable systems. Now you know what blockchain looks like beyond the hype. Not a revolution for everything, but measured, real-world impact in the places that genuinely need it. Thanks for watching.